Welcome to the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. This is our Entrepreneur Express Tip episode. I'm your host, Annette Walter, and this is the place where I share weekly business tips in 5 minutes or less to help you regroup from your week and prepare to launch into next week. Let's get started. Hi there, entrepreneur. Welcome to this week's episode of the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. I'm your host, Annette Walter, and this is our Entrepreneur Express Tip. Today, we are talking about destination disease, okay? This is a new term that I heard recently, actually on one of the podcasts that I listen to on the daily. And I have been doing some research on it and understanding it in two different ways. The first is that you reach a destination and then you stop growing. And the second is that you are so focused on the destination that you lose yourself on the journey. So I really want to cover this from both angles and talk about both theories out there that exist on destination disease. First of all, it is not a real disease, so you don't need to go to a doctor if you have suffered this before or you are suffering this right now. But let's cover the first theory on destination disease, okay? And that is the theory that once you get to a certain point, once you have hit a certain level, you stop growing. And in the podcast that I listened to recently about this topic, it gives a reference that post-high school, only 50% of people read an entire book, okay? So I don't know the resource out there that they're using to reference this, but if you really think about this, most people do not continue learning once they've reached a certain level in their life. For some, it might be high school. For some, it might be college. For some, it might be their master's. For some, it might be once they're married and have kids. The point is to really think about once you reach a certain destination, a certain goal, a certain accomplishment, a certain level in your life, do you feel yourself stopping growing? Okay? That didn't come out right, but you follow what I'm saying. So think about that. Are you a curious learner? Are you continuing to learn? Are you continuing to grow? Because there are really great things out there. There are really wonderful opportunities out there. There is more life for you to live out there. And I don't want you to ever feel like you have plateaued or stalled or gotten to a spot and you're simply content, because the world needs more of you and there is more world of you that you need out there. The second theory around destination disease is that you are so driven and on a mission to get to a certain destination. Perhaps it's a certain revenue level in your company. Perhaps it is, having 3 kids and a husband and, a job that you feel comfortable in. Perhaps it is getting into a new home and building a life there. But you become so obsessed with the destination that you lose yourself and become completely unpresent in the present, okay? So what are some ways that we can make sure that we are not losing ourselves and suffering through this type of destination disease? I want you to think about yourself sitting in traffic, okay? When you're sitting in traffic and you just know you have to get to this place, you are so focused on getting this place that you really lose sight of everything around you, okay? Maybe you're at a red light and you don't notice like the beautiful flowers blooming around you. Or perhaps you don't notice the wonderful song on the radio. Or perhaps, your kids are in the back making a funny joke and you missed that life moment with them. When we are so focused and in the emotion of getting to a destination, sometimes we lose ourselves in the present. So I want to remind you that if you are suffering from the second type of destination disease, to ground yourself in love, ground yourself in passion, and ground yourself in purpose, and really go back to that purpose and passion and love of why you are so focused and being present as you are on that journey to that destination. So it's an interesting topic, and I just wanted to share that with you today. I think it's always great to go through these different types of theories and things that are out there, and to really kind of call yourself out or reflect on how you are showing up in your life right now. You know, a lot of us have planted so many seeds in our business, and we are waiting for them to harvest. We are continuously showing up and watering all of the seeds that we have planted. And sometimes you just have to remember and reflect on how you are showing up in the waiting period. So I hope that really just strikes a chord with you today. Remember that it is so important to enjoy the journey, have patience, show up in love and passion and purpose. And if you feel like you've reached a level and have stopped growing, make sure you are continuing to grow by talking to new people, surrounding yourself by new people, picking up books, listening to podcasts, doing whatever it is that you do to continue growing and learning and becoming a better version of yourself. I am just seeing so much activity out there, not only within our company. I mean, you know, Timber Industries, we're a national lumber company, so the price of lumber is insane right now, just fluctuating by the second. So we've been really living and breathing that world and making sure that we're delivering everything that we can to our clients and on the national scale. And within my coaching business at iEvolve Consulting, we have so many cool businesses and entrepreneurs that are showing up and really doing that work on themselves. They're making sure that they aren't leveling out and that they are continuing to grow and be accountable and keep evolving. So if you need some time to just carve out a safe place to talk about you and your business, if you are in a place where you're like, I just want to just process this with someone, I am here. I offer 20-minute breakthrough sessions that are no cost to you. So take me up on it. I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you about your business and what's in your head and what's in your gut, and what's going on with you and your business. It's a safe, judgment-free, stress-free zone, and it is here for you. This is what fills my bucket, people. This is what I love to do. I am passionate beyond belief about entrepreneurs and their journey and their evolution. So let's talk about your business. Let's keep evolving, and let's keep showing up for one another. I am so proud of you. Thanks for being here today. I will see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.